Are you guys ready?
Yes.
If you guys have been rocking your brand new Planet Eclipse EMF200 and absolutely loving it, magazine after magazine, but eventually it's time for a rebuild. And today I have pulled out my head tech, Mr. Cesar Pizzo,
Yes, sir.
and he is going to show you a little bit about the OPR core that's hidden inside of the EMF200.
Yep. So what we got is got it right here. You unscrew this thumb screw.
Yeah, so we've got a unique, aluminum thumb screw up top.
Yep. Boom, boom. And you can place it right here so you don't lose it.
Ooh.
A nice little compartment.
And it's also, you can use that too to pull out your bolt system.
Correct. So you slide out the whole bolt system.
And I noticed too, is that the ASA that's
Correct.
attached?
This is the POPs ASA.
Ooh,
it's got the built-in regulator inside of here. Your rear velocity adjuster's right there. So basic maintenance on this thing here. Obviously, it's your front bolt system, your bolt guide, everything up in here is your maintenance that you want to work on every time, you get done playing.
Correct.
So basically, you want to take that off of here.
So this part technically up top of that's the front can?
Yep. You got the front can, the bolt guide, the bolt is inside there. All right. Everything else inside here, you got your spring guide. Spring guide. You got your spool, and then you got your switch that's inside here. So basically, if you want to get inside there, you can pull it out, and then there's two O-rings on the inside of that you want to lubricate. You can lubricate these right here, and I use oil on the actual spring because it's metal to metal. I don't use any lubricants.
So any O-ring that you see on this shaft
should always be greased.
Okay.
And if you're going to do it properly, I would recommend taking it off of the shaft, take them off, and then lubricate underneath them. Use a little brush or anything like that, and just right inside there like that.
So you're taking the O-ring off, you're applying lubricant.
That's how I do it. I mean, a lot of people, what they do is they apply the lubricant on top of the O-ring.
Okay.
It works all right, but going underneath it is nice and makes the whole thing no dry rot underneath the O-ring and stuff like that.
See, the things that you learn. So take the O-ring off, apply the lubricant, and then slide the O-ring over top of what you just did.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey, someone needs to talk to you.
It's account services.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
That is 2 weeks in a row.
All right.
You should probably put your phone on silent. Sheesh.
So basically then you're going to put your spring with the bolt guide back inside here for the spool, and that's what drops inside the switch area.
So with this OPR cord that they have inside of the EMF200, this allows this gun to operate at 115 PSI output per operating pressure.
Correct. So the way to get the actual can off of the bolt guide, you have to unscrew it. So basically you can use flats that don't have any teeth on it to hold it.
Well, the reason I mentioned the operating pressure was obviously you know a lot about this. Is the can the reason it can operate at that low of an operating pressure? The volume in there? What really?
It is. It's all of that. It's the actual inside of the actual gun. It's a larger diameter, and I can't get this loose.
Oh,
damn.
Silly.
So this one is wrenched on really tight.
He's got the wrench.
We're gonna tie him back in, and here we are.
Time him back in. He's got the wrench now. Okay. So what are we taking apart? We're up in the can area.
Yep. Make sure you got smooth, nothing with any teeth on it.
So you want two flats to get this off. Getting old? Did that hurt you?
No, I don't want to mar it up.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
All right. So basically, this is the bolt guide. You're going to do the same thing on these O-rings. You've got the front O-ring here, and you've got the bottom O-ring. That's what the bolt is actually sliding on inside the can. So, and then there's also one more O-ring inside here if you want to take that out and lubricate that.
So inside of this piece
right
there,
here.
there's a hidden O-ring that goes right inside in that front
here.
hole. Okay.
That's what seals on this tip of the spool.
So once again, you're also what you just did with the shaft, taking the O-rings off and then putting the
real simple
lube on.
Yep. I like to use UltraSilk. It's a high performance lubricant. Basically, you're going underneath, and then any excess that goes from underneath is going to be rubbed on the top of the O-ring.
And you guys, if you guys are EMF200 owners, obviously watching this video, all of your O-rings and anything you guys would need are already included in the rebuild kit when you bought it brand new in the box. So you're wondering what size O-ring or where am I going to get these O-rings? It's already all been included.
Yep. So, and then you've got the can, which you have, this is the most important O-ring inside here. The 017 is inside here. Pull that out. And then same thing inside of that.
So that one is actually, that O-ring, what, seals around the bolt?
The top of the actual bolt. It seals around this part here.
And you said that was a 017 that sits in that front can?
And then the way you want to put them back in is I like to pinch them, curve them over, and go into the slot. Just like that, just like this. And then they go right into the slot. Nice and easy.
A little bit more magical juice on there?
Not much.
Yeah,
not
just
much.
a little coating. You put too much and then things start to get sticky in there, so.
And then the same thing with your bolt. So you've got the 14 times 2 is on the bottom right here. That is the most important O-ring right here. That's your bumper. You don't have to physically do anything important with that. You can put a little bit of grease on it, but this is the one that's important right here.
Is that bottom O-ring on the actual bolt?
Yep, that's the bottom one down here. Same thing, a little bit.
Other than that, though, pretty much obviously making sure the O-rings aren't damaged and then cleaning off any of the old grease, applying your new lube or grease is definitely going to keep these markers running for a very, very long time. Once again, I always say in my maintenance videos, Pizzo, don't be like Fitz. Guys, clean your stuff, maintenance your markers.
And then when you put your bolt back in, you can remove the front top O-ring off. So what you're not going to do is you're not going to take any grease and push it out. So what I like to do is just boom.
And then put the O-ring back on the front bolt.
And then put it right back for it.
All right.
And nice and...
All right, well, while you get that back together, this is just a quick little maintenance video on the Planet Eclipse EMF200. If you guys want to know any other maintenance videos, anything like that, they're already on the channel most likely. Until then, shop the best, and that is
LoneWolfPaintball.com.